My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta whip us some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the world. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to beef? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the government. No one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they go for? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the government. Tired with the promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us.
Okay, welcome here to the Brain Double Show. Today we got a special guest. It's Councillor Isaac Jackson, former Information Minister. Deputy Minister, under the Ellen Johnson city-led government, and will be my special guest. He's the special spokesman for the protest that is coming up, the stand protest, the protest, enough is enough protest that is coming up, and on the 17th of July. That's about 3 days from now. He's going to tell us the purpose of the protest, why he thinks that the protest should go ahead. So he's going to be here with us for about 45 minutes to an hour. We're not going to stay too long here. So that song that I just played, there's somebody like the song. A lot of people like this song. So we're not going to go further there. We're going to bring Councillor in, and he's going to come here and you're going to hear it from the house's mouth. He's going to introduce himself, and then he's going to tell us more about the protest. It's in the back. We're not going to waste time with the council. How you doing, Council?
Yes, sir. I'm doing very well. Good to hear from you. It's a
Thank
pleasure.
God.
It's a pleasure, Prince. Oh, you're doing very great, my man. The station is growing, and the
Thank you.
your fan base is expanding. You have a large number of people following you, unlike when you just started.
Yeah.
So I think it's a sign that you're making good progress.
Yep.
I want
Thank
to
you.
applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Let me
Thank you.
say good afternoon, absolutely, to our listening audience. I'm speaking with you from my small car. It's a Highlander Toyota. I'm
Okay.
not into all those flashing stuff.
Hmm.
But I'm speaking to you from the car because I think the conversation is critically important and I'm still at work. So I couldn't
Okay.
have done it while,
You're
sitting
inside.
in the place that I work. I had to get out, sit in my car and speak with you. I mean, I take you seriously and take your listening audience very seriously. But I thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Council. And I would like you to actually introduce yourself. Not a lot of people know you, and so my audience, I mean, you're a well-known guy. So I mean, but for my audience, so I'll let you give you 2 minutes to actually introduce yourself to us. Then we're gonna go strictly.
In Liberia, many people will call you counselor, but I am an Anthony at law,
Okay.
and I I hold a Bachelor of Science degree in economics and political science.
Yeah.
So I'm not like one of those who just talking politics. I hold a Bachelor of Science degree in economics with minor in political science. I graduated from the University of Liberia. I attended the Louis Arthur Grant School of Law and graduated. Then I went to London. I was assigned in London. While in London, I acquired a Master of Law degree from one of the British prestigious universities, Babek, University of London, where I got my Master of Laws. I hail from the Softon Post city of Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. Uh, if you like, you can call me Basil Boy, regular Basil Boy, 100% Basil Boy. Uh, I served the tele administration as assistant minister. Then I rose to the rank of deputy minister. And then I was asked to represent my country in London to serve as its permanent representative at the International Maritime Organization. In London, I made Liberia retain her seat on the IMO Council. So I follow politics very closely. I am a retired student political activist. That's a little thing you can know about me. That's me right there, brother.
Okay. And
I
the
will be
stand.
nobody. I will be nobody with all the effort of my mother and my father. So I still believe in what I call piety, right? It's deference to the people who made me, my mom and my pa.
Okay.
Because they come from Pekin and Bassa, Grand Bassa.
Beginner. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming and accepting my invitation to come here and discuss your stand on this whole protest. And you are the spokesperson for the protest, the July 17th protest.
Yeah, absolutely. I work along with our friends back home. A committee was established to organize the protest, believing that Liberia's democracy was on its deathbed. And nothing works if democracy is not functioning as it's supposed to be functioning. Yesterday, I think you made a post, and I hope people commenting under the post. Somebody commented, we made a very interesting comment. Said, we want electricity, we want food, we want this, and people talking about protests. Now, all of this that you want electricity, you want food for the children. The school buildings in Liberia are caving in. Hospitals are without medicine. All of these things will happen if you have a government that is receptive to the people. And for the government to be receptive to the people, the first thing the government must do, it must be law abiding. It must respect the law. When you respect the law of the land, then by extension you respect the people, because it is the people who came together and made a law that will govern them, that will regulate their behavior. But if you are a leader or if you are a government, you come to power and you disregard the law, that's the beginning of the suffering of the people. So when people say let protest, what that protest will do, it will put some pressure on the government to do right. Everywhere around the world, when the government refuses to abide by the law, citizens who are considered patriotic. In fact, the word patriotic, what it means, I love my country and I will not sit idly by for bad things to happen. I will do something. I'm a patriotic citizen. So I will resist the bad thing in the country. Now, many of the people who call themselves patriot or who are patriot, they sometimes they go into rebellions, right? Because if they try to change the system for long and the system can't change, they take extreme action. That's why you see patriotic front, patriotic day, the national movement. These are our patriotic. There's a small distinction between a patriot and a nationalist. You know, they may all seem like they can be used synonymously, but not true. A
Okay.
nationalist would be somebody who would say, you know, I'm a nationalist and I not anything, even if the government buy, we just manage to work with the government. Let's see what we can do. We don't want us. A patriot will say, look, I will not take this. It's not good for my people. I will take a stand. I will not work along with evil. I will not compromise with evil. If it means we got to do everything, we got to do it. I'm saying this to go to the point that person made. The medical doctor you see in the hospital, when they're doing surgery on you, they're not killing you. They're trying to extract something that is hampering your growth. You know what I mean? So a surgeon is not bad. People who organizing protest are not bad people. They're trying to heal the country, but that healing will take place through a what? A radical action. That's what it is. Protesters are not bad people. If protesting were bad, our democratic constitution will not go into put there and say, look, when the citizens are agreed, they must assemble and petition their government to do right. That's Article 17 of the Liberian Constitution. It's also in the American Bill of Rights. That's why you saw Martin Luther King and his friends, the civil rights leaders, right? The movement. They started what 1963. They marched on Washington. Why did they march on Washington? They marched on Washington for what? For job and for their freedom. You know, because many people just say, oh, the march on Washington was just for freedom. No, it was not just for freedom. Black people were not employed. So they said, let's march. So we draw attention to our suffering and our
Okay.
freedom we need it. So the march for both job and our freedom. That is the basic. Now, with
So,
that being
so
said,
mhm.
this July 17th protest
We want to
is a
know the main purpose.
yes. So
If
yeah,
you
so
have to
I
tell us
clear
if this July 17 protest that we're going to see, you got to give it a reason why you
yeah,
think
so
it's
I clear the way
justified
now. We go to
to,
the
to,
reason.
to
The
have that.
reason why we organizing the July 17th protest is number one, the government headed by Mr. Boaka has betrayed the trust and confidence of the Liberian people based on everything that he said he has not done. Some of those things he said. For example, the government said it was going to be respectful of our laws. Today, there are ample evidence to show that the government doesn't respect the law and the supremacy of the rule of law. The example is when the Supreme Court of Liberia, for democracy to work, there are values that we got to respect, right? Rule of law is one of those values. The
Yeah.
government, when the Supreme Court of Liberia in recent time ruled in the Fonati Kofa case, if anybody who is a good Liberian paying attention to these things, the Fonati Kofa case was brought about by what? An accusation that the government paid bribe money to some lawmakers to remove the speaker. When that hula baloo started, Fonati Kofa went to the court. The court did its first ruling and said that as long as there was a sitting in Monrovia and the speaker that was elected in law, we say that speaker was the jury, right? The jury, right? If the speaker, the jury was not presiding, then that gathering was ultra virus. It was outside of the law. The Liberian government said it did not understand the ruling, so the code needed to be clear. In fact, the Minister of Justice misled the entire country and said, oh, they couldn't rule on anything. In fact, they code neutral. They said no. Some of us who believe, who went to good school in London said no, the court rule in Kofa's favor because all along Kofa had conducted himself properly. He's not ultra viral. So the ultra viral is not in reference to Kofa, but the government claimed that they didn't understand the ruling. Now, in law, you understand something, it means it's not correct. Ignorance of the law excuses no one, right? But Kofa, because the government was playing politics, Kofa decided to go to court again to file what they call a Bureau of Information, informing the court that, look, the things you rule on, these people are now following it. So can you please clarify? Because they said they don't understand what you said. The court then clarified and said that the gathering that Kun was presiding over was ultra-virus. Kun did not do the right thing, although 40 people that were with Kun, they did not do the right thing. They did not follow the procedure to move Kofa, right? When the court did that clarification, because in law, they say what is not done properly is not done at all. So they didn't follow the right procedure to move Kofa, meaning Kofa was not removed, and it was wrong to do the way they did. When the court clarified, what did Boaka say? Boaka say, and I get that, but what the court say? The player what gave me Koron, that the player will go. Now, what that meant was that Mr. Boaka did not respect the opinion of the court, which is law by extension. Every time the court rule is a law, correct? Yep. When the president who took oath to uphold the law, to respect the law, say, I don't care about what the court say, I will do my own thing, then that was an assault. We saw it as an assault on our democracy. Now, the first reason why we're trying to protest, we say, look, the country will not be better when the government elevates itself above the law. Everywhere around the world, we are all subject to the law. The law is what? It is above us. No one is above the law, not even the government. Mr. Boaka is not even above the law. So when Mr. Boaka started to conduct himself as though he's above the law, we say, no, we have to organize a protest to draw attention to the fact that we have a president here who is recklessly disregarding the law when he should be the one to set example by following the law. That's the first reason for our protest. The second reason for the protest is Mr. Boaka, before coming to power, he made a commitment that he was going to decisively fight corruption. Today, Mr. Boaka has demonstrated that he lacks the spine. He is a spineless man when it comes to fighting corruption. The people who are being accused of stealing in Mr. Boaka's government, all that Mr. Boaka has been able to do is just suspend. There is no prosecutorial action taking place so that the money that people stole, they will either bring it back or they will pay for what they've done. When you violate law in America, what makes America a great country is that people respect their laws. When people steal, you put them through the court. When they get convicted, they go for it. They pay the penalty. What Mr. Boaka has done in recent times is basically to shield his people who stealing government money, but then going after other people because he thinks he should set an example for them. And when you are a rational person, they will tell you, say, if you really a good parent, you must set example on your own children. You must start the example on your children. Regrettably, Mr. Boaka has not been able to do so, and corruption is flourishing in the country, rampant corruption all over the place. Even Mr. Boaka himself, when you do what they call lifestyle audit of Mr. Boaka's own lifestyle, the way he lives, the way he carries himself, you will know that Mr. Boaka is inherently corrupt. Why do we say so? Mr. Boaka came to power as a what? A pensioner, a retiree, right? Mr. Boaka was a pensioner, a retiree who could not afford his own hospital bill. To the extent that George and other people got to put money together to help him to pay a hospital bill. Costa is a living witness. He carried baking bowls around. He was taking baking bowls around, mobilizing resources. So they were sending Boaka to the hospital because he didn't have the money. Boaka himself, in his own word, he said, I was living on loan. Today, You see, Mr. Boaka looked at somebody who was living on loan. Mr. Boaka, overnight, just by being president of our country, he had become a millionaire. His son got interest all over the place. The last time somebody was quoting his son, he was in Ghana on the drinking table and said, if he like, he was joking that he richer than Georgia, and even if he like now, for the next 50 years, if he didn't work, it will not be problem. Now,
Oh,
we
wow.
think it's problematic. Yes, we think it's problematic. Boaka today is building a private home in Foya, started in secrecy. Some people say it's in the tomb of million, but they cover the place. Nobody goes there. When the journalists went there and exposed that, Boaka people say, oh no, they think we're doing it so that presidential, when somebody can visit presidential palace, a scam. If this thing was something presidential, why is it not constructed in the capital city? When we get guests in all the country, even Israel, right? The guest house presidential palaces are in the what? In the city, the Israel. You know what I mean? So why you carry away in Foya? There is also another private home that Mr. Boaga, I'm told, in the tune of $1 million, is building in Broadville. This is not the judicial way to spend Liberian people government money. So we think the government has betrayed the people. It doesn't have the span to face corruption, and corruption is flourishing. So we're concerned about that. The other thing we're concerned about also is Liberia reputation, international law. The government has proven over and again that it doesn't care about international laws. International law says that when somebody is fleeing war situation or fleeing persecution, that person should be given a status in your country within the context of what? Asylum, which is provided for in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 40. What happened in recent time in Liberia is that some of our friends and family members who were running away from the military junta in Guinea, the key figure in question is a guy called Ibrahim Sherry. Ibrahim Sherry ran away from the junta in
That
Guinea.
guy's story already confirmed that the government turned him over. Is it a confirmed story?
Oh, obviously, why he was even going to what made this story bad for which we highlighting it is that while this man was going through the judicial process, they carried him through court, right? And then he had a lawyer. His lawyer was former Justice Kabina Janet making representation. The government said, okay, we'll put a man in custody. Janet is making representation in a court for the man to be given a right to move around instead of being detained. While that process was ongoing, with all the court exhausting itself, the government overnight, under the cover of darkness, surreptitiously, as though we've gone back to that unhappy past when people in government custody, they feel unsafe. Under the cover of darkness, the government took Brother Ibrahim Sherry and sent him back to Guinea to the junta. Today, we don't know whether Brother Ibrahim Sherry is alive or he's dead. Now, if our government, and by the time the government of Boaka did that, the Guinean military junta gave to our government, right? They gave our government 10 pickup trucks, which also should say to anybody who's concerned that something is not right. You know, our government is supposed to demonstrate value, right? But it looks like it doesn't have a value system. It's in bed with the military junta in Guinea, and then, the same people over.
So what are you going to say about those people who said it happened in the CDC government? It turned somebody over to Sierra Leone. One military guy fled like Sierra Leone.
We don't know whether. Well, first thing we don't know whether Ibrahim was a military guy. But let me say this with that person who raised the question. That's Joe. We had this similar thing with a Sierra Leone guy who had the same path. Every time people make such an argument, it hurts me to the core. Because if Joe Weah had done everything right and proper, today he would not be sitting on sub bench. Correct? That because Joe Weah did not do everything right. That's why he on sub bench. So how can you use his example to justify your wrong conduct? If Joe Weah did something bad, for we punish him now. We can't vote for you to be president. You will go do the same thing, brother. I thought you would be doing differently. So it is not a good argument to make and say, oh, Mr. Weah did it wrong, so Bwaka should do the same wrong. When in fact, Bwaka argument to the people was that he will rescue them from whatever bad thing that Weah did and whatever suffering that the country was going through, he was going to rescue them. Today, Mr. Bwaka not rescuing anybody, he only rescuing himself. Why do I say so? You go to the World Bank. The government likes to quote World Bank report, all the international report, right? The World Bank latest report is saying that Liberia is among the 10 poorest country in the world. 2025, Google a World Bank report. Liberia is among the 10 poorest country in the world, and Liberia sits around 8 places on that report. Now, imagine that. There's another international group, they call it what? The Global Hunger Index. The Global Hunger Index is reporting that 2.3 million of Liberian people go to bed hungry. As if though these statistics from the international group are not concerning to the government. You know what the president doing? If you are a president for a country that's among the 10 poorest country, and 2.3 million people go to bed on empty stomach, you think your priority will be to ride private jet? Even though you have earlier criticized the issue of private jet, you say the private jet, it takes too much money from the government. It sucks the government poor. It drains the economy. Today, even though Bwaka criticized that, he himself flying private jet. If you have an 80-year-old man who made you believe that flying private jet was wrong and he can't fly the private jet, how do you describe that person? He's not just hypocritical. He can pass for an 80-year-old con artist. Because what con artists will do, they deceive people, right? So Bwaka is coming across as an 80-year-old con artist. When our people are languishing in poverty, no medicine in our very hospital. You go to Grand Gide, people catching hell. And the president and his son, they riding private jet, flying private jet all around the place. You don't think people should get aggrieved and say, no, this is enough. Enough is enough. We can't sit down here, you're just running country, just your private estate. This is what the protest is about. To tell Mr. Bwaka and his people that, look, the government is not their private estate. The country is not their private farm. Enough is enough. We got to do something. If we don't do something, there is this quote by a civil rights activist. He said, if you are suffering and you don't speak out, you don't stand up for your right, tomorrow you will die and the government will say you were enjoying. Liberian people, it is your time to speak out. Because if you don't speak out today, the government will say you enjoy. Brother, come to think about it. Market women in that place, they can't even afford. The business is not running. We saw the government putting together a small micro credit loan to empower our own money. They take $3,000 every month plus and give it to Patrick Hunter generators. Inanimate. It don't get left in it. It don't get left. Even though the government get correct, but the state take 3,000. I'm talking about a salary. The salary is around what, 15,000, right? But 3,000. If you were to take 1,000 and give it to 3 money, which is 3,000, right? 1,000 1 year, 1,000 1 year, 1,000. Every month, you say, my your mayor, business, your out of business. You know how many people today Bwaka who are lifting from poverty? They can't make it.
Okay,
The Bwaka is Bwaka. The last thing I would say before, maybe you want to ask another question. Bwaka has developed no serious plan to fight the level of poverty in the country. Instead of fighting poverty in the country, making sure that hungry children can go to bed with food in their belly, putting food in the belly of hungry children. You know what Bwaka has been doing? Engaging in useless political war. Useless political war.
I want to ask you about this protest here. Let's come to this protest here. This protest is organized by which political party involved in this protest here? Is it organized? Is a protest just organized by STAN or some other political parties?
No. The protest it goes across political parties. It includes men and women of all political persuasion. As you may well know, all along I've associated. I am a founding executive member of the Liberty Party. And besides that, during the just ended election, I associated myself with it because the Liberty Party got really divided during the election. Our political leader, she was so desperate to be where she is. She ran behind Boaka. Today she pro tempore and under her pro tempore leadership, things are just going bad for our people. So she went on outside. A few of the parties then went behind Boaka. I associated myself with ANC Kumis, but Kumi they didn't make it. So I later on
I
said,
want to know
"Look,
about, I want to know about the protest.
so yeah, so I just trying to give you. I always explained it. The protest. I answered the question already, but I'll just be detailed with the question. But I gave you all the other things to dance around so you understand where we are.
Who leading it?
The protest is organized. It's being organized by cross section, across political party line, right? It is not organized by a political party. It cuts across people of all political persuasion. I mean, Liberian from all walks of life. They're coming together to tell Mr. Boaka, enough is enough, Mr. Boaka. You are polluting the politics of this country. When they say pollute politics, you know what I mean? You're polluting the minds of the people. The politics have to do with the people, right? You're polluting the politics, meaning you're telling our people that bribing people is the right way to go. Because you bribe lawmaker, they remove Kofa. Now you put Kofa through court, and then you bribing a witness to lie on him. So you're polluting the politics by your lack of respect for the law and for the people. So the protest, people coming from all over. You remember the recent time, how do you call it? The other group endorsed the protest, right?
The CDC you've win.
CDC you win endorsed the protest. The ANC, I think there's another group again that there's several groups. I can't keep count, but there's several people.
I see the motorcyclists.
And see, one of the reasons why the motorcyclists are passionate about the protest is their rights are being it's being trampled upon, right? Nobody regard it. The motorcyclists, the government encouraged them to pay taxes, went into all kind of arrangement with the motorcyclists that the children were going to come towards the capital. Suddenly, after the police people collected the children money and paid all the taxes, the government said, no, you will not come to the capital. In America, when these things happen, they talk about what? Segregation. The motorcyclists are not good enough to come to the capital. You can't do that. If they don't come to the capital to bring people to that good distance, they will not make their money. The one law should regulate all of us in Liberia. And that one law is supposed to be anybody who fly in the street. I was in London. The other time you talked to my sister from London, former President Dollar. I was in London for 5 years. I was in West Kensington for 5 years. Motorbike, when they come in the capital and they make mistake, they impound those motorbike. And you get 24 hours to go make your clean. If you don't make your clean, they don't match the motorbike. They got no high, heavy equipment in it. They don't match the one motorbike. But they're not telling you to say, oh, don't bring your motorbike. In Liberia, when you say the people who are taxpayers, they will not walk to a particular place. They will not come to that particular place. You are segregating. It's not right. Only people with Kosu and fine cars will come to Monrovia Capital City. Is that what we're doing? Is that what the law says? The law should not discriminate. We are all equal before the law. So a motorbike man comes to the capital and he commits traffic infraction because to violate traffic law, that's traffic infraction, right? You can seize a motorbike, you can impound it, you can do other things. But to stop the man is to stop him here, right? He has a right to move. He has a right to drive a motorbike, whether in the capital, wherever that is. He can drive a motorbike. And it's a wrong thing that the government is doing. So the motorbike riders, they are aggrieved. And we are encouraging them to be part of the protest. Even those people who were, even those people who the government lie on and say, oh, some people that see these people, move all of them from the government. Just dismiss plenty of people from the government in the name that they were CDC. The Liberian Constitution says you can't do it. Article 18 of the Liberian Constitution, it speaks against employment discrimination. You can't, as a government, you're supposed to provide jobs for everybody, irrespective of which political party they come from. They are Liberian people fight for the job political party.
Yes.
All right? So the law says you will not do employment discrimination. You will not do what? Sex discrimination, right? They want a female. She not want a job, so we're not giving to her. You must see Liberian on the basis of their competence and their contribution.
Motorcyclist thing there. I lived in Abidjan for almost 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain areas, certain cars cannot go.
No, granted, that is not what they say.
It's a restriction regulation, restriction on set for every
Absolutely,
country on the
absolutely.
earth.
So
But
absolutely.
I go to like bro and motorball all around the cap, everywhere, bro. Everywhere
You see,
everywhere
brother,
motorballs are passing and
you got a point. You got a point there. If there are restricted areas, those restricted areas must be demarcated. But you can't say they can't go to the capital. If you say, okay, we don't want motor battle power even the executive mansion, said because the laws, you see, in law, there are general principle and there are exception, right? So there can be tiny exception. But you can't blanketly just say, motor battle, I can't do the capital. No, brother. Then you violate the people right. If you say, okay, for this reason, we now let motor battle pass even the mansion, noted, granted. For this reason, we not let heavy trucks to pass on the other road because the alpha will pull on the other road here. And not to take the car quota will pull on the other road, not to take. We not do alpha will pull. I understand it. The quota on the other road not to take. If it's a kind of neighborhood road, so we're not bring heavy truck here. They are understandable. These are what exception to the general principle. But broadly, when you say motorbike, when I come to capital, even when you drive the people on Broad Street and go do the making the business, it's an infringement of your rights. You can do that. And that's what the government has done. And on top of that, the government took the people money first before it brought in the so-called restriction. That's not right.
They made them to buy the helmet, vest.
You know, it's a wrong thing to do, my friend. Instead of running behind these children, beating them, brutalizing them, and this government take pleasure in brutalizing people. Why, if the government had a sustained engagement with them and say, look, can we make the thing color coded? The other people, I've been to Benny, I didn't stay long, but places like Benny, other places, these bottle bags are color coded, right? So if on the other place will do the color for the people to Joe Bar market. So just in case when something happens, we see a person will say, oh, that man who hit that lady, or that man who drive that person if on Joe Bar market. You from Carway, maybe you will get red color. When something happens, we see somebody more about red color man running away, we say that man from Carway. The police will know where to go search for you to get you. These are confess. If we want our country to look civilized, because our country is a difficult place, things are hard. Motorbikes are much roomy because of the economy. Nobody wants to sit down on motorbike and be house and just run over the place. If the government was interested in the welfare of the people, how long it will take the government all the money Joe Bwaka take to pay mansion? Look at the G he rides. $1 million plus for the G Bwaka ride. All the private jet setting. Why would Bwaka now say, look, we go negotiate our Chinese counterpart, we negotiate with our Indian counterpart to bring what? Two-story boxes. You see that in London, all over the place. We bring someone in here, the boss will get in the bus to be comfortable. You sit down in the bus get upstairs, get downstairs. Put some money in it. If you say you're a government, you're going to rescue people, do something new so people can see that their lives are changing or making impact. Go to India, go to China, talk with the people. They give you bosses, they bring spare power with it. Good deal, transparent deal, who win the bid. We follow all of that. That's not what the government doing. The government just interested in imposing hardship on our people.
I want to know. The June 7 protest.
17.
No, June 7 protest.
Oh, June 7. Oh, you want to go to, okay.
Were you for that protest? Or were you against that protest?
June 17?
June 7.
I mean, June 17, I associate myself with protest.
June 7 protest.
June 7, yes. I associate myself with.
Under the leadership.
Absolutely.
Were you for that protest or were you against that protest?
I was for that protest. Absolutely.
So you're not against protest. You feel that
no. Listen, I am an astute Democrat. I believe in people exercising their right. And you know, it's hypocritical now that some of our friends who were with us that supported the June 7 are today saying, oh no, when I protest is not heavy. It's a hypocritical thing to do. The best thing the government can do is to guard the protest everywhere around the world. And this is what I heard. Even though the government pretending to want to even guard the protest, the government is using draconian measures now behind the scene. I was reliably informed last night that the police RG, that Como guy, who used to be my friend. I don't know that guy, Jennifer Como now.
I heard Como want to take your passport.
Yes, I was reliably informed. I used to be Deputy Minister for Public Affairs. I got friends all in the police. And come on, myself, a friend, I was Deputy Minister for Public Affairs. Some of my police friends, the intel, they told me last night that RG Como have instructed that my passport should be confiscated when I arrive in the country for the protest. Can you imagine that kind of wickedness? Then they're pretending to say, oh yeah, let the protest go on. let the protest go on, and they got all kind of demonic plan behind the scene. I'm told that they want to assign some police people to Molu so that when the protest go haywire, then they will execute Molu. These are claims that intel in the police, friends I have in the police. Last night they were on the phone with me. My man, why you say you coming? I said, okay, if I don't come to Labrador, maybe I'll go to Ghana and see what happens. But you know, Liberian Romo, you can't overlook it. You want to confiscate my passport? You want to get mobiles, some security man who, God forbid, when something happens, will be the first to put the man down. You know, why is this? People want to just exercise their right. Why are the government doing this? Then you hear butt naked. And you know, I'm surprised at General butt naked, right? That man had relapsed. Butt naked. He said he was evangelist.
Evangelist will take it from butt naked now.
It's not like he relapsed. He relapsed. You know what relapse means, right? When somebody relapse, they fall back into the same illness. Butt naked, not like he relapsed. He gone back to those same demonic thing that he confessed to God that he gone to save a life on. He gone back there. The man is talking about murdering people because they want protest. Can you imagine this? As though all that he did during the so-called war where we just killed each other foolishly, as though they were not enough. He comes back again and tries to threaten the peace of Liberia. I told the Bwaka people, I said, look, if your team born naked for you, you're going to sleep. Born naked are those people who want, here and people, they want to create tension so that Bwaka 1.1 million G, they will loot it and riot. That's what they want to do. They don't love Liberia. Because if you love Liberia and associate that with June 7, you will not say, Joe, we are time. The Joe, we are not give protesters food to eat. Joe, we are dead. Joe, we are give protesters food to eat. Why are we making this? Why are we doing this? In fact, Joe, we have several protests and people say. So people should be careful. Butt naked is a demonic guy. He's demonic. And when he making these claims, they must watch out. He wants God, he praying that something bad will happen so they can go back on their looting spree and loot Mr. Bwaga bulletproof Jeep. Even though I'm not a fan of a bulletproof Jeep, but I'm telling you, you gotta be careful.
That news about this guy being seized, do you take that very seriously? I heard it too. The news about your passport being seized when you arrive on the airport. Do you really actually take that?
I take it seriously. You know, because we are dealing with people who are not civilized, right? The same tactics, the same old discarded, useless, unproductive tactics that were used by Doe and Taylor are the same tactics being deployed today by Gregory Como. Most of the things they do there, they have not changed. For example, after the police investigated the fire incident at the Capitol building for about 5 months plus, when they took over them to the police station in the name of going to investigate, when they were about to charge them, they did it on the weekend to abuse their rights, to put them in jail on the weekend. They use time as an instrument of torture. You can't remember the weekend, you keep him there for 5-6 hours. When the courts are closed, then before you acquaint him with the charges. For 5 months, if you had charges against cover them, you couldn't just acquaint them with a claim and the lawyer come there and make representation. You have to go do all of the draconian thing to put them in jail. So I'm not surprised when my friends in the police call me and say, look, Como has just given instruction that when you arrive, they should seize your passport and it will inconvenience you to be here for long. Since you are a permanent resident, you're not American citizen, you will go there to renew and they will cancel you and other will be on the ground. So I said, look, they will not waste their time. If this is the money, I don't care. Like, where's my country? I don't worry. That's why I'm not citizen. I'm just permanent resident. I will come there if need be and we engage. Nobody will intimidate us from exercising our democratic right. And Como said this information that was given to me last night, not just for my president and for Molus also, because the president agent also informed me that they will assign people to Molu, and if they protest whatever happens, not happen, that the people who they assign will be the first to take Molu down. I told you all that, my man, you gotta be careful. So if the government have all these demonic and draconian plans, what are they doing this for? If Bwaka is doing well, why is he afraid of protest? Why?
He talked about in protest before. We saw Bwaka protesting. So why?
Absolutely.
Why you think all these people talking about don't want protest? Do you think they're going to counter protest?
Absolutely.
Do you think the Unity Party is going to counter your protest on June 7th? Do you think the Unity Party is going to counter your protest?
I don't know. I don't know, but I can
You know
say
any
that.
news about any news about them controlling this protest?
I mean, you see, all these people who now talking that, oh, we don't want protest, we don't want this. These are remotely controlled government agents. They are being paid because if you are a Democrat, you will acknowledge the fact that when people are aggrieved as provided for in the Constitution, they will assemble and petition their government to do right. People are aggrieved. People are being betrayed by the government. Today, for instance, Bouaka today check the country. Some of the things people criticize do for and the same thing Bouaka doing. Tribalism is flourishing like no man's business in Liberia. Even though Bouaka say he won't reconcile the country, I say what Bouaka doing is a mere political charade dressed up in reconciliatory garment. Is that authentic? Is that authentic? What kind of reconciliation is this when the president is still promoting sectionalism? Vast majority of the people who work in the Bouaka's administration are from what? The central northern region of Liberia. Check it out. Nimba, because the vice president from Nimba, few of the people from Bon, and the vast majority of them from Lofa. So you just call the financial sector of Liberia who controls it, all the people from Lofa. No other tribe. Financial ministry, Augustine Gaffan from Lofa. The man, LRA, the man who collect all the money in the country, is from Lofa, Jala, double Jala. The man who the central bank, the Bouaka's nephew, he's not just from Lofa, Bouaka's nephew, his relative, a nephew. How did the guy go to central bank when the central bank had a tenure? They removed the tenure man illegally, pay him under the table. A guy from Grand
You think that's a waste of money?
Firstly, it's not just a waste of money, it's an abuse of the letter and the spirit of Article 5 of the Liberian Constitution. Article 5 of the Liberian Constitution speaks against the promotion of tribalism. When you take a guy from a crime guy, when you make a crime guy unemployed, you pay him under the table. He has a tenure. You remove him in violation of the tenure law, and you replace him with your nephew, your tribal man. That's the first wrong thing. The second thing is the money thing you're talking about. For me, as a lawyer, I like to go to the law because if the law doesn't guide us better, that country will go nowhere. The tenure should be respected, but I can't respect the man. He moved our brother Talu from there. And he put a nephew there, the local man. So if you have money being now, brother, you go to Gafuma, between Gafuma and Samoa and Jala, and the people who control the whole money. Lofa County control all the money in the country. The cabinet is basically Lofa. Vast majority of people in the ranking position of the government, they're from Lofa. Liberian Constitution, Article 5 say it's wrong. The government should not promote tribalism. Some people are learning how to speak one of those dollars in Lofa now to associate themselves. They don't speak Kizi, or you speak Bani, or you speak the other thing. This is wrong. We don't need this. We saw the mistake. Why is this man not learning from the mistake of other leaders? We saw the mistake former President Dome. Now you can't repeat the same mistake. Now you say you're talking reconciliation, but you're playing scam. Complete scam. If you really, really want, when Prince Johnson died, they went to bury Prince Johnson. The vice president right now in the government here. He tried to what? To basically to cast expression on the people of Grand Gideon. Right? He tried to stigmatize Grand Gideon. He said Grand Gideon people came here and portraying him well. It took Tomo Nimle Yaya's courage. They say, my man, start every talking. Every stupid people talk on the sidewalk, and when you bring to the big gathering, you hold vice president, get all evidence. Tomo Nimle Yaya check him. But let's assume that Kun was not just talking useless politics and try to basically stigmatize a Grand Gideon. If they really want a reconciliation, why is the vice president not encouraging Bouaka to identify those women whose children got thrown in the well so that they will be what? Justly compensated? Because when you're talking reconciliation, which is under the pillar of transitional justice, then transitional justice encourages us to do what? To pay attention to the victim. Proper accountability for the victims. All right? So, cool, we're going to say this is authentic. Let's look for the victim. But that's scam. Maybe nobody, no women, nobody know the woman in the place there. The children were thrown in the well. But that's the narrative that Cool was selling. to stigmatize. You know what I got stigmatize? To make grandchildren people look bad. I see grandmothers, oh, the people portraying well. They are portraying well. If you really think grandchildren people portraying well in Nimba, and you could know it to be true, and you want to reconcile, why can't you find these women to assuage their anger or their anguish, their pain? Are you saying something? I'm not getting you.
He said the children were put in the well in Grand Bassa County.
He said children put in the well in Nimba and in Grand Bassa. But brother, that's the point I'm making, right? If they were put in well in Nimba and in Grand Bassa, the government has to have all the power in its hands to identify those women whose children were put in well and assuage their pain by doing something. Because transitional justice say what? We must honor the victim. We must do proper accountability. We must get them just compensation. It will not just be about, oh, yeah, bury people, yeah, bury people. All right? You know, what are we doing?
This protest, they say Moba Molus is the head of this protest. And he's not a trusted guy. The people have the face of the protest. Moba Molu was former CDC chairman for 6 years. And the pop just got there. It's not even 2 years. And he's leading, you want to lead a protest.
Prince,
so the face of the protest.
Prince, you know, people who say, what are you trying to say? I know you're playing devil advocate. People who making no claims.
These are news we get around the place.
I know that was I say it's a devil advocate, right? People who make those claims are not honest to themselves. The reason why I say so is, first thing, if you see Molu in a protest, then you already feel your democratic matriculation, right? It's a kind of it's a big failure because Molu is not the protest. You know, there were people who DFR. Let me use that word for understanding. DFR means to make somebody look like God, right? There were people who DFR Bwaka. Is it Bwaka or almost like Jesus Christ? It was the coming of Bwaka to the presidency was the second coming of Jesus Christ. Do you really believe that Bwaga represents the second coming of Jesus Christ when Liberian people are still living in stinking poverty and only he alone flying private jet? Bro, nobody is an angel in Liberia. Molu must have made some mistake. Yes, he's not Jesus Christ. He had his own fault. That was encouraging all Liberians. Be a part of it. And if Molu want to go outside, you will be the one telling Molu, no, this is not what we play the thing for. But if you hang off it, then you have a problem. I must say, yeah, I'm not perfect human being. I've made some mistake. But I can assure Liberian people that when this protest is organized and it is successful, some of the things that Baga is doing, we will never ever do it. And if we were to, God forbid, we were to do it, you stand up and beat your chest and my man, this is not what the thing was for. And that is my frustration with people in the Unity Party government. People in the Unity Party government lack the courage to tell Bwaka in the face, Mr. Bwaka, you have betrayed our people.
The whole protest, what you want to achieve? Some of
the things we want to achieve. Yeah, this is a good question.
Four of these things that you want the government that's not doing.
Some of the things we want. The first thing we want to change is we want the government to develop a good plan to deal with poverty in the country. Poverty is a big problem in our country. And the government, since coming to power, has done nothing serious to fight poverty. It has not even provided employment for the people in the country. Thousands and thousands of young people, old men who have employable skills are not going to job. And know what the government doing? The man from Nimba County, who is a labor minister, he just giving work permit or as though he was going out of faction. And he giving it to Lebanese and foreign nationals. It's bad. So we want the government to stop or to slow down on giving work permit to foreigners when Liberian people are not employed. It's not wrong. We can take this. You gotta stop it. The other thing we want to insist upon is the government should abide by the laws. Today, the government is not respecting any laws. We got, for example, the PFN law. The PFN law is a government will not just spend outside the budget. Today, Bwaga just spending outside the budget. The law doesn't exist. The PPCC law says for the government to procure anything in a tune of 1 million and above, there will be competitive public bidding. Bwaga brought 30 yellow machines. Nobody knows how it came in the country. No public bidding. Zero. There's a company now that working at a free port, they call MedTech. That company was scan company in Freetown. Boy, I got some, bro. The company say you get 50% share in MedTech. He said they do a destination inspection scan company. Because there is no PPCC there, brother, no competitive public bidding. When they call them a year, they violate the PPCC there, we don't care. So the government, we asking the government to respect the law. The government must respect the law. The law is what control all conduct. And the government just violate law through our brother. Now what the government says? The government's going to lead by example, right? So PPCC, the last time what you saw, vice president in China looking at yellow machine, that how the country is going to run. The vice president has a place in the legislature where he presides in the Senate to put in proper checks and balances. When the president who win that bid for the yellow machine, when the president go to China and bring the yellow machine, then the vice president is supposed to now ask questions. How the yellow machine was bought, how you brought it. The president, the vice president is not procurement officer. Why are you going where in China to look for yellow machine? This is what can happen when the laws are violated and broken down. You understand it? So we are insisting that the law will be what? Follow. We are also saying that because unemployment is high in the country, our mothers, our mother, some of them getting pregnant because even though there's no job in the country, but men in the nest, they got to do their work. Most of the women get pregnant. The last time there was a lady who delivered, right, in a makeshift structure in Pinsville, and she died. When I saw that video, I shared tears privately. I think the maternity ward, not the entire JFK, we insisting that the maternity ward at the JFK be free of charge. Young girls, our mother, our sister, our auntie, when they're pregnant, they will go to that place free of charge. We want increment in the salary, the salary of our military men. I love the military. My entire family, most of the people in my family, they are military. All right. And the reason why I love the military is that it is the only institution next to what? Christianity, where somebody can lay their left down for their friend. In the military, only in the military. The military man will either die for his country or die for his friend. So I believe that the military people, they are making peanuts wages, poverty wages. Imagine Patrick Hanna generator take $3,000. You know how much military man made? I heard that Master Sergeant. This is a rank that Liberians supposed to respect, right? Because the guy who became president in the 80s, he was a Master Sergeant. Master Sergeant today, normally making Liberia less than $200 monthly. And Patrick Hanna generator take $3,000. Is this what you call a just society?
So that's why you want to be changed, and then you're
absolutely.
You'll have a petition that you're going to give to boycott.
Oh, obviously. We are going to make a lot of demand. Today, there are a lot of ritualistic killing taking place in Liberia. We want the ritualistic killing to stop. Instead of Gregory Coleman chasing scared and chasing political opponents, they must chase people who are doing no ritualistic killing.
The protesters, they got news that the protesters want to bring guns. On that day.
You know, is that show to you?
Put this protest in safe hands and people don't bring in those things.
So why does it say to you, brother? If the IG of the police will be so misguided that he will say something like that, then you know that the country has a problem. Gregory Como, if you know people got illegal guns.
Let me play this press briefing he had today.
I can play it. I can respond to it.
Illegal weapons at home and planning to bring it to the protest. Please leave it. Please. Don't break it. Thank you. So to those of you who have got your illegal weapons at home and planning to bring it to the protest, please leave it. Please.
He got the way the press briefing telling us there that he got news that people want to bring the illegal weapons to the protest. He's telling them to leave home.
First, let me condemn Gregory for making that statement. I think that statement was that well-intentioned. If Gregory knows or have knowledge or have reason to believe that people got illegal guns in the country, then it is Gregory's duty to get a court warrant to search people's homes that are believe in his mind, that they got intel, right? To search the home. Go to our law provide for what? Police searches, right? Is it go to the court, you get search warrant. If you believe other judges are going to, you say, my man, we're going to say you're going to bring a warrant, you check my heart. But Gregory is not well-intentioned. Gregory wants he and his people, or he wants to give instruction to some of his misguided police officer, despotic police officer, to clandestinely infiltrate the protest with illegal guns and will give him reason to kill people. But I got news for Gregory. If Gregory tried to infiltrate here people, if they tried to infiltrate our well-intentioned peaceful protest march, we the citizens will carry out citizen arrest against Gregory and whoever present he will have manipulated to clandestinely bring gun in our march. We will take that gun from their hands and carry it back to the barrel where it belongs. So
Okay.
Gregory, be on the watch. If you try it, we carry on citizen arrest. We execute citizen arrest against you. That's what we do. We carry on citizen arrest against Gregory Como and anybody who tried to clandestinely infiltrate our well-intentioned peaceful protest. We don't want any beef with the police. We want no conflict with the police. We remain peaceful. But the police got to guard itself. They must be law abiding. So, brother, that's what it is about. We don't want any
We're gonna
noise.
open the line now. 5 minutes. We asked for 1 minute of the honorable man time here. 1 minute with the Mr. Jackson, and we pass it. So the line will be open for 5 minutes. Every caller got 30 seconds to ask your question. The number here is 952-200-8420. You look on the screen, you see the number down the stream. 952
I mean, it's about 85 degrees. My air conditioner in the car can't even make it. I didn't know Minnesota would be this hot.
Minnesota gets hot at time like this. Then
It get really hot, really hot.
1 month, 2 months from now, it start getting cold in your area.
Yeah.
So 952-200-8420. 952-200-8420. The statement there from Gregory Como. I don't know what he got intel from that people trying to bring illegal weapons on the protest ground, but the attorney at law just spoke to it. If you're joining us here, this is the spokesperson for the protest that will be heard on Thursday of this week. So the July 17th protest. If you have no question from the honorable man, I would like the man to close.
Yes.
So you can get okay. There's a call here from Donzo. Go ahead. You got 30 seconds for your question. Go ahead. Please call your name.
My name is Donzo, calling from Philadelphia.
Go ahead, Donzo.
Yeah, I want to know which the man they call Asset Jackson, which party he from?
Which party is from? He just told you from Liberty Party.
He's from Liberty Party?
Yeah.
Okay. They are the one that causing all the trouble in Liberia.
The Liberty Party causing all the trouble?
No, who's talking there? He's part of the troublemaker.
Why? The man ain't government. You're not there. Then you say the man are troublemaker?
Okay, listen to me now. The man is a lawyer. According to listen to me, sir, the man is a lawyer. I believe that if you are a lawyer, you're supposed to be there. I need to make peace among the citizen and the police. But the way he talking, so it's not good. Then he's starting the children then to do the bad thing because if you talk about government doing the but the man telling the people that he do not want nobody to get on there.
You say Gregory, you listen to Gregory. Gregory say he got intel that people will carry gun to the place. If you get people intel, go to those who will carry gun there. You got to put your police officer, you the big man for the police. Go there and search the people's houses. But thank you very much. All right. Let's go to the next caller here. If you call, please cut whatever that is playing behind you. Please cut your phone and cut everything that you can be cutting. And then he said that Isaac Jackson is one of the troublemakers.
No, I'm not.
I told you you're not a troublemaker. You're speaking for the people. Go ahead. Please say your name and syllable.
Yeah.
Everybody got 30 seconds. The attorney got to go. So go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. I don't want to But I just want to tell the brother in the studio is not for crowd people. You want to protest, then continue with your protest. Don't mention the crowd people. Don't all the crowd people.
Okay. The man, I don't think he think the protest is about crown people. So
Who's that?
he's just giving you what actually happened on the ground there.
Wait a minute. Man, I understand. I hear, man. What happened? What the man say?
Donzo said that you are the troublemaker in Liberia.
How long has he known me?
Yeah.
My man, you know.
When the point said you are a lawyer, and these things coming up with the police, you're supposed to be there to coordinate whatever thing. But I don't think he know your strength on this whole protest here. Now, what I told him, I said you are the spokesman for the protest.
But I mean, Prince,
things.
Are you still taking call? I'm gonna respond now.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, Prince. Everybody who is associated with the government, people who are milking the government, they will not want protest because they know the protest will disturb their eating. So even in America here, there were people who were saying, Martin Luther King, when I protest, it's all right. No, it's not all right. Not because you enjoy, so it's all right. It's not all right when Bwaka, the only man enjoying the country resources. He alone flying private jet. His son get $1 million overnight. He get interest in all. You know one of the reasons why they killed those children in Grand Kilburn when they were protesting against bee mounting for the poor labor practices? Because Bwaka's son is a liaison to bee mounting. He's taking money from bee mounting. You know that? Is that breaking news? It's not breaking news. But they kill people, children, or whatever, for protesting. When the protesting
you're not afraid too that there will be a protest and police will take guns and harm you all the protesters?
You know, brother, let me say this. History all around, history has a unique way of repeating itself. When the protest started in Egypt, Muslim Mubarak mentored they could use the same old discarded tactics of heavy-handedness. But the people overwhelmed them. Today, Muslim Mubarak is not president for Egypt anymore. Even his successor, the guy called Mohammed Morsi, he did the same thing. Even in our own Liberia, when protests started, Liberia was an oligarchy, right? You know what oligarchy is? Oligarchy is a what? Is a government or country run by tiny people with plenty of money in their hand. A small group of people preside over the country because they get money in their hand. And that's what Liberia was. Liberia was a hateful oligarchy. But what happened? The progressive brothers, Bagon Mafia and other people say, no, enough is enough. The country people in the country plenty. When I sit down here for few people to run the country to the displeasure or disadvantage of the people, we got to push the system. And what happened? Today, Liberia is a multi-party democracy. It's no longer a one-party state. The protesters said. So Africa, apartheid, sitting on the neck of black people. Nelson Mandela and few of his men, Oliver Tambo and few brothers. Tambo and Becky, few other guys. They said, no, when I sit down here, we got to push the apartheid system. It's wicked. It made our people to just be horse worker. We can't take part in our own government, and we plenty to push the system. Today, so Africa is a glorious democracy now, right? So don't mind people. You go to India, Mahatma Gandhi, the superpower of then, Great Britain, the empire, on the neck of Indian people. What did Gandhi do? Gandhi said, we just protest, we just march. And they march, mobilize the people. Today, Great Britain ain't controlling the slave anymore. They move from there. So I'm saying to you that even a Gregory Como put 10 of butt naked in the streets, when the people are determined, they will not kill all of them. I just courage and determination. Our people just need to come outside and be brave and tell them, say, enough is enough. You will not kill all of us. And the good thing about Liberia is a small country. Even some of the people in the military, they are our brothers, they are our sisters. That was encouraging the military. You will not take guns on your people. They are fighting for you. We want the military welfare to be improved. We want military men. I want a master sergeant or a risk-ranking man, private or about, to pay at least $500. If we can get 300 generator, 3,000. You can't give a master sergeant
Why
at least
get
500.
Why get particular when they want generator with Patrick Hunter?
Because it's like the thing is that remember the thing I get left eating 3,000. The people who get left, the people who standing guard every day, they can't get at least 500 every month. 500 every month for a military man, for at least a private or a master sergeant or a corporal. I want master sergeant, private, corporal. I want their welfare to be taken care of up to the rank of even captain. The other people where other ambition and they enjoy themselves. But those low level guys, we are for them. We want the military welfare to be improved, and the military will not take gun against their people. Because your sister, your brother, your auntie, your extended relative will be protesting. When the government won't use heavy-handedness, the military must say no. It happened in Egypt. Mubarak people wanted to kill the people. The military no, we're not interested. We're not protecting any corrupt regime. Yeah, Bwaga flying private jet, military men, we can eat. Eh? Bwaga son a millionaire over there. The military men over there, the children can go to good school. That is one billion, you can't kill civilian. Who won't change the system for the military to benefit? So military, please, when they get you unlawful order, don't follow A. Don't kill your fellow citizens. They will come out to protest for your interest. That's what we're doing. On the 17th, we talk, we want to lift the whole country up. Now they scan Bwaga where, when the last time Bwaga where he was heading, he killed to Ghana. The other woman pregnant, she died right behind the whole Pinzi. Correct? You think that's an equitable distribution of the resources? The poor woman, she's pregnant, poor woman pregnant, bringing life, giving life. She died behind the house in Pinsville. You got to get that video and play a prince. And Bwaga where one here had to send her to Ghana to go to hospital. It's not fair. So we want fairness to take over the country. The EPS people who are dismissed unlawfully, when the new government came, you fire all the EPS people. They are CDC people, they're not CDC people. You got your EPS man, you are dismissed camp. Even if you are a unity party president and you feel betrayed by Bwaga, the protest is yours. Come in the protest. Speak for your right. Say, Mr. Bwaga, this is what you promised us. You haven't brought a job yet. No employment in the country. When you and your son enjoying, no, it's wrong. If you are a unity party president and you feel betrayed, come. And you are a Nimbadian and you feel betrayed that Prince Johnson supported you and Bwaga said you were bringing war crime code that led to the premature death of Prince Johnson, and you betray, you feel dissatisfied, come in the protest and your protest too. Because Bwaga made a commitment, he promised Prince Johnson that he was not going to bring war crime like he did, and he did it in a hurry. And Prince Johnson couldn't stand the pressure, and he collapsed and died prematurely. So if the death of Prince Johnson is a presumed cause of Mr. Bwaga's inaction, Mr. Bwaga lack of concern for Mr. Johnson, then we can't. Because Bwaga action, there are people in the country who believe that Bwaga action was a presumed cause of Prince Johnson's death. So you come, Nima people, you come in the protest. The boys from Lofa who were killed because the protest against B Mountain, your family are grieving. Those families that are grieving in Grand Cape County, come in the protest. Our market women who today the government spit upon, who today can't even sell the market. Nobody cares for them. Come in the protest. When the protest succeed, there will be micro credit loan for you. You will in the market. Will be micro credit loan for you. Will empower you. Come in the protest. Obviously, our motorbike boys, come. Don't be afraid. The few times Bwaga were coming, they went and deceived the boys and they were dividing fair. So the children were joining protest. They were come welcome Bwaga. Some of the children were the fair after they joined the pig. They went to Bwaga Hall, rack. They don't get. They start protesting again. The government operate on deception, brother. Deceiving poor people. Government that doesn't care for people is a useless government. The Bwaga government doesn't care for poor people. They only care to put gas in place for Bwaga to fly all around and bring nothing back. He came to America. Donald Trump like a new examiner now. Donald Trump is examining Bwaga on the English. Whether he speak good, he speak bad.
There's a caller here. There's a caller here from Liberia. Let's listen to him. You caller there. You got 30 seconds. Please call your name.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Mr. Boy.
What I really want to say is that Brother Jackson have his right as a citizen in order to finish his anger. But he does not have the right to move the rampage to create confusion. He created confusion by lying.
What do you mean the man creating confusion by lying?
Who's that?
That is Brother
That's Michael Goa.
Why is it happening? Why is it I say?
Well, relay the question. You don't hear him.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Talking Brother Jackson says Prince Johnson died premature death.
He said, how can brother 1 minute now? I mean, how can Brother Jackson say Prince Johnson died of premature death?
Yeah, so I gave a context, right? I gave a context, but context is Prince Johnson having gotten in a deal with Mr. Bwaka did not expect that Mr. Bwaka would betray him at the earliest. So Mr. Bwaka betrayal of Mr. Johnson by bringing in people for the war crown court that were basically looking him in the face must have led to Mr. Bronson's premature death. So I am now trying to say that look, the coming in of the war crown court was a proximate cause in law, that what we call it, the proximate cause of the man's demise. But if you don't believe it, that's okay. But I'm entitled to the opinion that I hold. And many other Nimbadians hold the view that I hold. When Prince Johnson, out of fear for the war crown court, went to a protege, his son, Kun, he said, please help me with money so I will afford the war crown court. What Kun gave him? They said Kun gave him 5,000. And Prince Johnson was disappointed that he was giving 5,000 to fight a war crown court. If you were Prince Johnson, your position would not kill you, brother. Let us know and tell you. I'm not put the beat here down now.
He said, well, are you not aware, Honorable Jackson, that Prince Johnson during the election agreed for the war crime court?
What's that?
He said, are you not aware that during the election period, Prince Johnson agreed for the war crime court?
My man, listen, man. When Prince Johnson agreed for war crime court, he and Dylan were being back and forth. You know, you don't have the video where Prince Johnson cussing Dylan up. Every day, by the time I want to talk, he said war crime court coming. War crime court coming.
Mr. Goa, when Prince Johnson agreed for the war crime court, after that, Bwaka came at the inaugural speech and he talked about war crime court. Prince Johnson ran to Jeremiah Kun.
For money, he said, my man, I got to fight that kid.
When he said Jeremiah Kun gave, he told the man, he said, what are you doing? The man said, my man, Papi, you have 5,000 here so you can hire a lawyer. You didn't hear that?
5,000 and fight war crime court, brother.
Prince Johnson, own boy, play all around here.
But man, listen, man.
So that one carrying prematurely.
But the man, yet told you, the man,
when you die premature, I mean, I reached the death for you to die right there, I mean, premature.
Oh, so your argument, your Prince Johnson, are past 70.
But Bwaka 80 years, why ain't that too now? Bwaka 80 years, so why happy? My man, listen, man.
The war premature that you using, the man don't want you to use. But the man, the Bible says 3 score 10. And 70.
No,
premature again.
So, say man.
But probably the man was 50 or 60.
Lazy. Okay, so let's me. The word is used in the proper context. When you premature, another time it's going to die, but it's only rushing you to that death. That's the context in which premature is used, right? Even though the man, but the man was 70 years old, there are people who can live up to 90. Well, I say 80 years old now, right? But something accelerated that death. What accelerated that death was the man's sleepless night. You know what frustration can do to people? I supported this government. I supported Ellen. They want to bring war crime. She danced around and helped me small. I supported Joe. He used all the diplomatic skill. He danced around. I supported Bwaka. We must say knock on wood. Before daybreak, Bwaka bringing a coat. You know what frustration can do to human being, brother? Then the man run to a man, Kun, help me, or Bwaka betray me, or he bring war crime. Please give me money. Let me look for a good lawyer. Kun gave him 500. But that 5,000 you gave somebody to fight war crime. So the man sat in his house out of frustration. That's how he gave it soon. But I'm saying the Nima people who share their view with me. If you share their view from Nima, whatever part of the country you're from, you don't share the view, no problem. But the Nima people who share their view with me, that Bwaka breaking in of the war crime code was a proximate cause that led to the earlier demise. And I use another alternative word, earlier demise. I think you print the now using earlier demise of our hero. Your protest. Bwaka is a betrayer. Let's say Bwaka is a betrayer. Bwaka is a betrayer. All of you come from Nimba. Yeah, that protest, that black guy said you are a betrayer.
Where were you, Mr. Color? 1 minute now. Where were you, Mr. Color? Where were you when Unity Party did all those things and did a protest, poster then they protest and nobody they had.
I'm not saying that they should not go and protest. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the people, Liberian people have the right under the politician to go and put themselves together in another manner to a petition and did us.
Okay, thank you. He said he agreed with you on that one, the protest. He agreed with the councillor, the attorney, that it is that they're right. But for you to bring
But
in
that premature, premature,
that's why
that premature.
so let's hear from the caller here. Caller from 33219. Caller, you the last caller. Give your name and tell us or where you call it from,
Yeah,
please.
I gotta start going to my house, my man.
Thank you for taking my call. My name is Benjamin Kokotanir, and I'm calling from Seattle, Washington.
You can hear the caller?
Yeah, I hear now. I hear him.
Okay,
They calling from Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I want to know is Mr. Jackson has a checkered history in politics of Liberia. I want to know something. Is his protest meant to disrupt the state or meant as a vehicle for advocacy? That's number one. Number two, has any attempt been made by the leaders of the protest engaging the government? Because what I know, protest most of the time is the final act after engagement or dialogue has broken down. The last thing I want to say is these protesters, including Mr. Jackson, they are toying with the security of the state. I want to protest for the presidency of Liberia in 2029. All of us collectively to ensure the security of Liberia.
Okay.
This constant advocacy for almost like a breakdown of law.
I want to ask you, did you protest it? Did you support the June 7 protest?
I would tell you if I can send you videos I condemn Mr. Costa to the
Okay. So that means you don't support this protest too.
Me.
Protesters have no agenda.
Okay.
This man I'm going to read you right now. Can you ask you one question? This is the most important question. What if you have protest law and order breaks down in Liberia? How would they manage to?
So that's why the security show to pull people and guide the protesters. That's a security. Yeah. Somebody trying to disrupt a protest we see all around the world, living in the US. If somebody trying to disrupt the protest, the people arrest you and take you to jail.
Our cops, we have 8,000 policemen. We have 2,000 in our army. That is out of a population of 5.3 million people. We have less than 20,000 people providing security. For law and order to break down in that country is very easy. You guys know what you're doing. Mr. Jackson, I condemn him and I reject him. Okay,
thank you very much for condemning and rejecting. But I think Jackson has his right to support the protest and go ahead, Mr. Coro from okay, the caller gone. So Mr. Jackson, I'll let you to because sorry, we went 20 minutes above.
I mean, no problem. I mean, that a remotely controlled government pay agent call from Seattle to say he disagree with protest. It doesn't bother me because history will confirm that he is averse to democratic tendency because he said he always opposed to protest. I mean, anybody who always opposed to people gathering to express their will is not a Democrat because the first principle.
Mr. Jackson,
yeah,
attorney, let us hear from Orlando. Then from there, then you can close up. Then we can leave.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Orlando, go ahead. You calling from where?
I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Orlando, who? But the people who listen, they don't know. This is Orlando Kringat calling you from Atlanta, Georgia. Go ahead.
Kringat, I need sound like from the south. It's a southeastern name. Kringat.
The man at Basel.
I don't want to talk about it. I mean, hold Basmo.
Go ahead.
I want Go ahead, bro.
Okay, Mr. Domo, what I want to encourage Mr. Jackson to do is that hear what the problem is with the IG is telling him that the disease is passed on. Because you need to
all responsibility you stated. So you got to be a face of the protest because he's very articulate. He speaks well, and his aggression is more progressive. But if you fade away and allow those other people, perhaps it wouldn't be a good thing. I really don't have questions for him. I mean, because that's the constitutional right to protest, and they just got to do it peacefully and do it orderly.
Okay.
The fear tactic is not a good thing, but I don't think that there will be a problem with him. His passport is seized and all of that. So they try to use the scare tactics on him, so he can stay away because he has a strong words. I mean, the man can talk like crazy, man. So
the men are your kings. The men are your kings. Men are your phone. I saw you talk crazy. Now you can talk plenty.
That will never answer. That the choir people is a gift from it's a gift from God for the choir people.
Okay, man, Mr. Kringa. Isaac, let me give you the time now to conclude.
So let me thank Brother Kringa. I like to listen to one other man in America. He's the public intellectual, right? Kanye West. He said sometimes you can fight injustice with smile. We got to laugh at what somebody say. Kringa call, we laugh a little bit. That our comrade from Seattle, he missed the mark. We're not bound to fear. And I know that everywhere protest is announced, people in power who are enjoying the government, they will feel uncomfortable. But it is not for us to make them comfortable. So, Malcolm X said, if you bite your lips for fear of giving offense, then injustice will flourish in society. He said, I will not tell the truth. Because when I tell the truth, my friend in government will feel bad or somebody will get hurt. So I will not tell the truth, then injustice will flourish in society. Evil will flourish in society. The protest, yes, sir.
Let Benjamin conclude. From the guy
from
you
stay on the line?
Yeah, let him conclude, please.
But I thought he's going to conclude now.
No, let him conclude. Let him finish. You got 30 seconds. Go ahead, Benjamin. Go ahead.
The thing is, Jackson and those who are leading this action.
Is that Craig that's still talking or the other brother from Seattle?
Seattle, Ben.
Oh, Seattle. Okay.
Excuse me. These guys, they want to be in and around state authorities for their entire life. These people work in official capacities before. What is going on now that wasn't going on back then? All we are saying is every now and then, every time, we have issues that we need the state to pay attention to. But we don't need to disrupt activities. Let me say this most important point. What happened to that day? There are economic implications. Now, when I go to market, some people be closing the store, people closing the store. Do you know if we accumulate the cost, how much we lose that day? Do these people understand the economics of fear? Do they understand all those things? Okay, yeah. Okay, great. Let them continue to foment stability. What kind of investor would want to go to Liberia? They are going to engage the government. This is not how to do it. I'm not the Unity Party man. I don't agree with Joseph Walker. I do not agree with him.
Okay.
We have to positively engage the government.
Is it the Ben, the guy from the CDC?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, this is
All right, thank you.
Now, so let me take my time now to dissect what the guy said, because I think it's serious and I think he's misguided. He talked about scaring investors from the country. When the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Fonati Kofa and Waka showed total contempt to that ruling, and the country was in uproar, that what the government was doing would not have given investors confidence to the country. People would bring their money when they have respect for the judiciary, when they believe that the court will be fair and that the government is respectful of the law. What the more Ali who the water and swear post, he said, my man, I don't care whether investor come to the country, we not care where we come. We're not interested in what the court say. Are you telling me that protester will say that will stop investor? It is the government attitude for its own law that will stop investor, that would deny the investors confidence. That's why I'm concerned about who Mr. Bwaka even make Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Mr. Bwaka just need a gentleman to be Chief Justice of the Supreme Court who fidelity to the judicial oath remain questionable. This guy was in Nimba and said that the court's ruling was proper, and that's why they boycotted Bwaka sooner. He comes to Morovia, having had conversation with the vice president. He somersault. This man is a flip-flopper. Benzi is a flip-flopper who Bwaka just need to be Chief Justice. Why Bwaka need him? Because Bwaka will be able to remotely control him. That's what it is. And Benzi is a shining example of what Balazer in the 80s. All right? And you should be concerned about investor confidence. If you want investor confidence, then you protest and say, let the judiciary be independent and let the executive remain respectful of the judiciary. And our governing system should be what? Should be checked to observe the principles of checks and balances. Today, your national legislature is controlled by the executive. Where are the checks and balances there? No checks and balances. You rather think Kun will ask Bwaka or will hold Bwaka accountable for misconduct or misgovernance or misapplication of the laws and resources? Kun will not do it. Kun is a poodle. So, brother, stop that crap about you talking about investor confidence, because if we want investor confidence, we want our government to function properly. We want the legislature to be independent. We want when the court rule, the executive will oblige. The other thing you talk about investor confidence, which I want to say to you, when you're talking about your investor confidence, brother, I don't know how some of these brothers can come and say things like this. For to have investor put into our country, we will have to lead by example. We will have to lead by example. So the government is not doing anything seriously to restore any confidence in our system of governance. When the government is accused of paying bribe to lawmakers, how investor will go in that kind of area? When the court is dancing to the tune of the president, how does it encourage investors to go to the country? So you gotta stop what you say. I think Liberian people should protest. I think the government should guard them, provide necessary security for people to exercise their right. When people can protest freely in the country against investor confidence, they say, yes, in our play, when people are agreed, they can protest. The people got right there. I can go there. When myself get agreed, I will protest. I will go to the court and I will get judgment. No government minister will steal my money and I don't get judgment. When I go to that country to put my money in the place there, at least when somebody steals my money, I go to court, I will get judgment. And the government will respect it. But the government can't respect judgment of the court. It will reduce and it will deny investor confidence. So, comrade, you are wrong. You are wrong. They're wrong. And I think the protest is justified now more than ever. We need to work together to make sure that our country becomes a functioning democracy. Today, Liberia is not a functioning democracy. Liberia democracy is on a deathbed. That's why the protest seeks to resuscitate our democracy. Liberia democracy is in epic decline. When the president controls the legislature, when the president doesn't regard the court, we're dealing with authoritarian dictatorship. That's how it comes about. But it should not be the law and gospel in our country. It's not above the law. The government is not above the law. The government is subject to the law. The law is superior to all of us. So when Bwaka conducts himself in this manner, you who calling for Seattle, you should be concerned. So what is the bank doing? How will investors go to the country when the law is not working? When they disregard the law the way they do flagrantly? When the police commander is the first to tell lies on citizens? When the police commander is the one who beating people in the street? The last time you didn't see the blood in our street? When the people want to go protest right to the Capitol building, you think people should be brutalized because they want to protest, they want to exercise their right? You really think so? I don't think so. All right? So you talk about, the police not plenty. Yes, the police not plenty. Policing all around the world is carried on by what? Willing consent. If the people don't consent, the police will not police them. All along, our people have consented willingly for them to be policed by standing number of people. But because the police have been able to brutalize them over and again, because the police have violated their rights over and again. That's why they're now saying, no, enough is enough. Let's go there and carry our placard. Let tell Mr. Bwaka that something is wrong, that the government is not working in our best interest. That's why we're doing it, and we're going to do it peacefully. We don't need anybody to lecture us from Seattle about investor, but their own people don't even care about investor. The Mo Ali, who is one of the influential men in the government, he said after the court ruling, he said we're not interested in what investor comes to the country. We don't care. Let the court go say that. In fact, let the court go and execute its own opinion. Where in the world have you seen any court execute its own order? It's not the work of the court to execute an order. The work of the court is to say what the law is. It is the executive that carry out what the court say, execute. But more allusion because they were not happy with the court ruling. They say, my man, you go carry on your order. You must carry on your order. And you say that the bureau is not a functioning democracy will stop investors from coming. So you are wrong, and your logic is the reverse. It's a reverse logic. So let's be clear. Don't try it. So Prince, Liberia is on the right path. Citizens have their rights to exercise. The government is being overtaken by corruption. Bwaka is doing nothing. In fact, he himself is now compromised. You know, he himself is dangerously corrupt. Bwaka dismissed a minister for riding the zero car. Today, Bwaka ride 2 times more super luxury car than any president in the history of the country. Where is the moral consistency? Ami Moda was dismissed because he bought a very big car, right? And the car Bwaka ride now is super luxury. No president in the history of the republic ever ridden the car Bwaka rides. Bwaka lives in luxury. He lives a lavish lifestyle. And you say the people who are in poverty, ground in poverty, they should not speak. And when they speak, investors will not come. Then go back to your friend Mo Ali. Let him take down the post. I say he didn't care for investor. He don't care for the rule of law. Which investor will go to Liberia when ministers and officials of the government, high-ranking positions, they don't care for rule of law? Which investor you going to get there? Right? The respect for the rule of law is the basic for what? For the progress of macro economy. No macro economy will work in the absence of rule of law. The macro economy will not work in the absence of rule of law. If no rule of law, what kind of economy is going to work? Where? More Ali say we don't care about rule of law. No investment can our business. We're not interested. You can't lecture us about rule of law. You think we didn't go to good school? We went to very good school. So we know what we're talking about. For investors to come to this country, our first thing we must do is to respect the supremacy of the rule of law, which Bwaka and his people are not doing. And that's why we're going to protest, to draw their attention to the fact that Liberia has laws. And our law must be what? Must be respected. We must place faith in the sanctity of our democratic constitution, which Bwaka is urinating upon, metaphorically speaking. Bwaka to be urinating on our democratic constitution and say we should fold our hands. Let's fold our hands while the president urinate, metaphorically speaking, on our democratic constitution. And look at him do it, you know, with impunity. No, man, sorry, brother. You can feel pain in your chest. That's your business. Liberian people will exercise their right of giving to them. In fact, Liberia has 2 constitutions, right? The first one was written 1847, and the other one 1986. Both of those constitutions are consistent. That all power is inherent in the people, not in the executive. And that for the comfort of the people, for their safety, they can alter their government, they can make reform. Are you telling me we should not reform our government when you think the government is working wrong and not working in our interest? You going to lecture me, brother? What's wrong with you? Go read 1847, Article 2. Read 1986, Article 1. All power is inherent in the people. And the people will stand up on July 17 in exercise of their right and their power. In fact, Malcolm X said the power that is inherent in the people is not in their submission. It's in their refusal. That's why you see people at Rosa Parks, when they refused to not give seat to a white man on the bus, it was a revolution. The power in the people is not in their submission. It's not in the passive submission. I will use modifier there now. Passive submission. It's in the refusal. No, we will not take it. When I say that, yeah, where government people just steal, they live in luxury, and we live in poverty. That's what it is. So, comrade, let me tell you, thank you for having me. We're going way beyond people above the town now. But
Yeah,
we'll get intellectually charged and working happy.
I know.
I want to thank you, Prince. I want to thank your listening audience for following us. The protest will be peaceful. We want to highlight the suffering of our people. People catching hell. They may say, oh, all these things been happening ever since. Yeah, this thing been happening ever since. But we promise to change, right? We promise to rescue. Why can't we live up to our look at the easy promise that Poaka made that he didn't even keep. I'm coming to conclude. That he didn't even keep. Oh,
Go ahead. We're coming to analyze your stuff.
as, as soon as I go pick up my wife, I haven't done so.
Okay,
If
all
you
right.
call me now. So,
Actually, you gotta go. You get told.
yeah. So the conclusion is that look, uh, everywhere around the world, protest is acceptable, right? So we want to thank you for highlighting this. And now I gotta be driving now. We not be talking now. We gotta go pick up my madam.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's
Okay.
calling me now. Still, I'm already running
Thank
late.
you very
But
much.
I thank you for having me, and I look forward. I look forward to joining you next time.
I brought some boo unit here so we can take 10 minutes to analyze your whole statement out there to
Thank
the
you very
people.
much.
Attorney.
Thank you very much. Thank you very.
So that was it right there. That's the attorney at law, the former information minister. I think he represented Liberia to the, I think, British consulate right there, I think in London or something. And he's here now in the US. He just said he's trying to go back home, but he got info that they want to seize his passport to sympathize with all going home and all that. But Mr. So Abu, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah, I think I just, I had some errands today from work. I had to do some little, counseling. So I had some time off. So
Oh,
just listening, and I happens to hear a lot from Mr. Jackson, Councillor Jackson. He went on a lot of, issues that he, covered concerning the upcoming July 17
protest.
protests
Yeah.
that is organized by, according to him, various political parties, various groups. He said it's not a specific group. They had a whole host of different groupings that came
Yeah.
together to organize the protest. He outlined a lot of issues. He talked about how the VP Coon talk about how the late President Do put a lot of kids in the well somewhere in Nimba and Bassa, even though he didn't go too deep in explaining that. He also talked about the military salary. He said that the master sergeant in the Liberian army currently make under $200 a month, which of course I think was a shocking stuff that I haven't heard before. So that's my first time hearing that. He also talked about nepotism in the Boakai government, which he alluded by talking about the governor of the central bank being a Boakai person. He also talked about the minister of finance. Um, he's also talked about the labor minister.
He
Bringing
talked
in
about the
a
guy
lot
for
of
LRA too. He said
yeah yeah yeah
the whole money area is controlled by Lofians.
yeah Jala Jala
Double Jala.
something, yeah, double Jala, yeah. I knew the guy from St. Patrick, yeah, high school. Yeah. So he also talked about the labor minister, how the labor minister employ a lot of foreigners, over 3,000 foreigners working with
He
these
gave them work permit.
different companies. Yeah. And whereby Liberians, a lot of people graduating from high school, they don't have a job, and those are some of the things. You also talk about ritualistic killings, by other elements in the society. And these are some of the things we should expose some security risks in the country. Because if we want to bring investors in the country, we need to, bring out a lot of, we need to make sure that security is something good in the country before, investor can come in to invest their millions of dollars. So these are just, part of some of the things that he, outlined. I believe that, protest is good, so long it is peaceful and they are able to, air their grievances through documentation. They can be able to present their document to the government, to the current government. I think it's good for them to, bring the government feet to the fire on things that are not happening in the society. He also mentioned something about pregnant women, not being able to reach to the hospital to deliver and losing their life and all that. So those are poignant issues that I think need to be discussed. And through protest, I think government listen to protest. We can give you an example in Kenya when you got the young Gen Z, the young people, gathering together in Nairobi. I think you have seen it on the screens.
They chased the
Where
president from wherever,
okay.
and they put the military got to take him and take him to the barracks. Is he still
Yeah.
alive? Is
So
he okay?
yeah, but the tax bill, the president wanted to effect in Kenya, and the president was forced to what to cancel the tax bill. But now I think the protest has gone even farther because some of the protesters were killed in the process. So they've been protesting on that, and they want the president to go. They said Ruto must go. So protest bringing a lot of stuff. He also gave example of I think Egypt, okay, where Hosni Mubarak at the time. So there are a lot of stuff that he talked about today. But
So you
I
think
hope we
Boga?
don't.
You think Boga would take these guys serious?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta take them serious. I mean, they are Liberians. I mean, the issues they talk about they are very important. I mean, I'm not against the government. I mean, I'm not against the protester. I'm a neutral person, but I think protest is necessary if it is peaceful. Okay, I want to see protests, holding government feet to the fire.
These
If
guys
they
are these guys going to
recognize,
protest against a government that you have supported. I mean, help or whatever president you have to bring to
oh
power.
yeah, I can help people. I can help you to come to power. I mean, we saw that in our own community organization. I help people to come to power, and then later on, if they don't do the work, I'm also, in the interest that they have to do what they have to do to make sure that they do
But
the
do you
people
think
work.
the things this considered? I mean, Attorney Jackson outlined
Hmm.
the president riding private jets, and he spoke against private jets. Is even information out there that B Mountain gave him a chopper to take into his town, and using all these things, going traveling all around the place. What riding a bulletproof jeep cost of 1 point some million dollars. Do you think those concerns that they think you just listen to from the council? Do you think those are legitimate concerns for them to protest?
Yeah, they're very legit. If it is true that the president has been giving a jet or giving huge sum of money by these companies that are not investing enough to help the people within the area or helping the country, I think it's a legitimate concern. So I think these are concerns that the people want to protest. But a protest is very good. I think it will help Omen Boaka to be able to look at some of the things that probably he doesn't know about, so that he can be able to address those situations, especially the military. I think the military need good pay. They need to pay the people good because if it is true that master sergeant is earning below $200, it's a big concern. And he gave an example of I know Hannah, something like Patrick Hannah, who generator is giving I don't know almost $3,000
Yeah,
a month.
the government give Patrick Hunter, I think it's with the LTA, it generated the gas money. He's being paid more than 15,000. But now the Unity Party telling us that's what it met there. But you guys came to rescue and came to change the country now. So when you met, you left, you came and you met George. We have people been making that kind of money. I thought the Unity Party were going to reduce those things. Patrick Hernandez guy, what in that little not tiny or little country to pay somebody that huge amount of money, $15,000? That's a lot of money. What is he doing differently at the LTA? That's why people go to Liberia and get their phone cards, and all the prices are inflated, and just to get money and pay these people.
Yeah,
So I mean,
if it is true what he
it
said,
is
then
true because
it's a big
even Patrick
concern.
Hernandez
It's a
came
big
and
concern.
justified it on a show that that's what they met there. They met those things there. That's why we are government were paying people. So now the question to them is that you guys came to rescue the country, and you came and you met people. We have people paying people for 15,000. What kind of your light is too bright? You need to call the light up.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, call the light up.
Mhm.
You're paying people 15,000. What is Patrick doing at the LTA that any normal person can do for $4,000 or $3,000 a month?
Yeah,
And
it's a serious
these
concern.
guys
It's a
are
serious
looping the
concern.
country, and the people suffering in the country. So that protest, I think it's a protest that will call for boycott to rethink and bring some of these guys' money down and give it. Look at what the guy said about a pregnant woman who passed over there while giving birth in this kind of country here, in the kind of century. Liberia is still behind. We want to see these things in other countries around us. Our neighbors are moving ahead. The Ivory Coast, the Ivorians are moving ahead. Guinea is moving ahead. Sierra Leone is moving ahead. We all get up in the morning and hear all kind of funny news about Liberia. And our leaders, look at what they did. They moved that to move Kofa. They're driving people in the place. So we're gonna believe it because I will believe it because when they accuse those lawmakers of bribing people, or your colleague came and said we're receiving money to move the man, and none of the people even go and take that thing, to go investigate it, we're gonna believe it.
Yeah, it's a serious concern. Yeah, I mean, as I told you before, I believe in protest. I believe in peaceful protest. So I hope that the protest will be peaceful. We hope that the guys, some elements within the group, will not spoil the people protest by
I think they
going
met with
and
the
doing a lot of stuff.
the justice minister and the police IG, and they gave them they met, or Molu went there and they had this meeting, and they gave them the route that the guys would take out, and the police would be alongside, and I think guiding these guys through their protest. But what do you think about more? A lot of Liberians, Molu in the front of a former chairman for the CDC.
Yeah, I think even though he can be in front of it, but I think he shouldn't be there because I mean during their regime they did the same thing. So I think he shouldn't be
Is the
the
wrong messenger?
face. Yeah, the face is the wrong messenger. But at the end of the day, the message is clear. The message is what we're looking at. We're not looking at the messenger. The message is what should be concentrated on. But the messenger, I think we care less of the messenger because there are a lot of stuff going on in Liberia. I think it's important that they can address that to the government, let the government hear it, let it know, but they should do that peacefully. They should do that logically. They should present documents after during their protests to the government, things that they are not satisfied with, things that he listed today, and those are things of serious concerns in the country.
You think
And
Boaga should receive
if
the
we are
people
to get,
petition?
huh?
You think Boaga should go receive because they said they're carrying a petition to the executive mansion? Do you think Boaga should go and receive it?
Yeah, if possible, if Barker can do it, I think that would be a good thing. I mean, if he can, I mean, he can deputize his minister of state, the vice president can
The
receive it.
guys said they want to give it to Boaga. They don't want to give
Yeah,
it
it
over.
doesn't matter who receive. I mean, it doesn't matter whether the president receive or his deputies. I mean, it's the same thing. He'll get it. So I think it's a good thing. I'm not, I'm not those people who say the people shouldn't protest.
The guy talk about
Yesterday was your time. Now today you're trying to refuse protest. No, it's not. Not because you're not in power today, then you will refuse protest. Protest is protest. If the people see certain things that Bouillon is doing and they're not satisfied with it, they have a right to protest. And that protest, as a leader, I think will help me to be able to correct some of the things that are going on in my government. So I think Barca will receive the protest in good faith and be able to, address the problems that are going on in the country.
So to you, Bouillon, what's your take on this trouble thing that the guy linked to boycott? Finance Ministry, Loma Man, Central Bank, Loma Man, LRA, Loma Man.
I think it's a serious concern too because
But these are the same thing that is said about other government, other
yeah. So so that's why the protest is very necessary.
Talk about nepotism during the trouble administration, though, and she passed March, she came and flocked all these people and passed them, even employing her children in lucrative positions. Now we see Boycott coming also with the Kisi thing and Loma thing, and giving all these guys. But what he said about the financial aspect, all those who control it, that's something that just clicked to me. Finance Ministry, there's a Loma man. Central Bank, he moved Taru from there and put his nephew, Then the LRA, the guy who collect the money, Double Jara, who even gave the money to Amin Muda to buy the car, while Amin Muda was forced into resigning, Double Jara still got his job because I think he's a Loma man, he's a Kisi man, so he can't be removed by Bwaka. So the country now getting back to this trouble thing. The chief of staff of the armed forces of Liberia, a Kisi or Loma man.
Yeah, we remember in 1980 when Dodan overthrew the listed nepotism, rampant corruption, misuse of public office. Those are some of the things that they listed as part of the reason why they overthrew the Togo,
Yeah.
the Congo, the American Liberia oligarchy. So they run a hegemony. Hegemony is close-knit family people or circle that runs the country and leave the other people behind. So these are some of the things Bwaka himself need to be educated on. I'm sure he being
What you
he
mean
been in it.
on Bwaka been in government for 40 years?
I mean, people can be in government for 40 years.
In the 70s.
Yeah, probably they might be doing it.
People talk about these things and people criticize other leaders for these things, and he got there, so he didn't learn anything that he been all the years.
Yeah, but people do things unknowingly. They think that people will not complain, but when people start complaining, they'll say, "Oh no, what I'm doing, I think is wrong. Let me do the right thing." So I think it's good that the protest is coming up, and they can be able to air these things so that people, the Liberian public, will know. Because we only see Bwaka in the lens of this development that is going on in terms of road construction. Because the road construction is very necessary. If you read some of my posting, I talk about Liberia underdevelopment. One of the posts I just wrote is about Totmo, how Totmo underdeveloped Liberia, because it's through Totmo that Liberia really, through the open door policy, that's when you see all the multinational companies came to Liberia to invest. But because of this too much, how they call it, hegemony, the oligarchy, you mentioned the word oligarchy, where you have all group of people, just few knit family group running the country. They build offices, they build buildings, and they rent it to government. You see, they put most of their people in strategic positions. And these are some of the things he explained, where you had somebody in finance is close to him. You have somebody at revenue, where all Liberian money coming from, is somebody there that is related to him, central bank. So all these things, he has to know publicly. People have to know what is going on, even though you can be doing the development. But at the same time, you have to make sure that everybody is represented in the government. All the 16 tribes in Liberia, they are represented. And that, I think if he does that, I think that would be a good thing. But the people have to bring their feet to the fire to address him and say, look, Mr. President, these are things that are going on we are not satisfied with. And we want you to correct them. We have been through civil war and we don't want to go back to these things. But we have to present it to you civilly so we can be civil in this discussion to make sure that you do these things. Because we elected you so that you can be what? You can be balanced, you can be neutral, you can be able to encourage or inculcate all Liberians in the political system. And these are some of the things that Liberians look up to. And that's why they call, a system that is fair, balanced, and everybody can be able to participate.
Do you think he need to be reminded of this thing for his age?
Oh, yeah. You need to be reminded. Maybe he forgot, probably,
He started working for in his 70s. He saw these things. People criticize these things. People move.
As you get older, I'm not giving excuses, but as you get older, you forget, Prince. People who are, people in their 70s, even
the thing that you spoke against before you get forget, and you as you age, then you start doing the exact thing that you spoke against.
Yeah, so basically somebody wrote that Doe did it for crown people. What Doe did for crown people? I think in Doe government, it was well represented. You find a lot of people. I think the only thing Doe did was the military. He put a lot of, his crown fellow men into the military. But in most of the government positions, I think you have different people in Doe government. I think Doe government were very balanced. I'm not because I'm from that, tribal
what Jackson
grouping.
said about the employing people getting jobs, if you actually look at the people who are employed in this Joseph Boyka government, they are either Lofians, the Lofa County people, and many in there, Bon County get few, and Nibadians. If you look at the whole road, the whole ministers and deputies and things like that, it's just rampant in this particular government. And the point here is that Boyka, being an old man who worked from the 70s, and I see some of my brothers here trying to limit the thing to CDC did it before. So
yeah, if Doe did something wrong,
Doe did it. Those
if Joe did it wrong, I would say
people,
it.
and
I'm
your
not
brother
because I'm a
Civil
proud
War, you
person.
dying, man. Your brother Civil War, it killed people. So we should see these things. How old are you when they walk in? Do you want these things to continue? No, we gotta speak out against these things. Why? And you say, oh, who are CDC town, who are control this, that these are things that CDC did, and they removed them and put Boyka there. So we don't expect Boyka to go tribalize the whole government. It kissing us the government. We're seeing people get angry with us. Look at why would you employ so you want to tell me in the Republic of Liberia when the kissing people are the smartest people in Liberia?
Right.
When the kissing people are the smartest people in Liberia, local country people, real people, Ubadian. And look at that. These are the same people. These are Copper Crab was one of those who were in military uniform, torturing Samuel. No, they gave you level minister position. If you just tribalize the area and you bringing your people on, you giving a work permit to foreigners all over the place. And these are the things that they brought the war for.
Yeah, in Doe
In
government,
the
you see
Civil
people like
War.
Emmanuel Shaw, you see,
In Samuel Doe government, how
all the
many
people.
ministers you have in Doe government or in deputy? Go do your check. They put a thing all around. They're not even 2 or 3. But look at the government here. This government, kissy people, how you call it? All over the place. It's wrong. It was wrong yesterday for Southeasterners to take over the government. It's wrong today for Lufians and Imbanians to be all over the place. And they're not talking it, they are saying it. That's
Your man lost his
That's why you
your
try to
man
make
lost his
That's why you
Zoom.
try to make an excuse for Joseph Boyka that you're not saying, no. Boyka been in
Yeah.
government from the 70s. Boyka is 84, 85 years old. You know Liberian problem. Boyka was in your 40s or even 50s when the war started in 1990. And he knew what brought the war, why they went in the bushes to fight. He knew that. People say tribal nepotism, tribalism, people being tortured. It's the same thing we are seeing in this government. You grab some guy who the Guinean government want, you go to court with a guy, they say put a man in jail, the court say release the man, the next day we hear you took the man, flew the man to Guinea. That man was killed in the plane before he even reached to Guinea. The plane that came around Springfield and grabbed that guy and took him to Guinea, that military people plane. And you get a man out, you get a human being out. From there, according to a lawyer now, that's a lawyer, Kabina Jenna, he said, you get the man out, all of a sudden we start seeing your girl need you pick up from Guinea. These are wrong things that other people did, that people spoke against. So the old man, the kissy old man need to put their country first and start kissing us in the government. It's not good.
It's a kissing
They're
nice.
kissing us. Kissing us.
Yeah, but I mean, tribalism, one of our, writers said tribalism cannot be erased. It can be erased. We cannot tolerate that. I mean, it's something that we can work on,
Sure.
Yeah, we cannot, encourage tribalism. Tribalism is bad. It's bad. Like Burman says, it's bad medicine for Liberia. We can't encourage it because when you encourage it, you bring back all the old things that happen. So basically, it's something that we've got to work on. And I think the protest is necessary. And I hope that those who will go to protest, they should do it. Yeah, they do it peacefully.
Protest in order and do the
Yeah,
right thing.
and do it peacefully, and shouldn't go and grab people things, destroy people property, no, or create confusion and chaos. So
Yeah.
I think the police has a responsibility to make sure that the protest is peaceful and they can be able to gather and present their proposal to the government. I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good thing.
The people who will protest, they are there. I don't need to go there and go protest. Even Axel Jackson, you don't even need it. Because the June 7 protests that you did around here, most of your Mark Sandy then, down there, the finance that protest, they were here in America collecting money, giving it to Fatiga brothers and giving it to Costa to go and cause trouble in Liberia. We saw it. Unlike this other protest, we don't see people on Facebook collecting money to put money together. Those guys are going to put themselves together and do the thing, petition the government and give it as a right. But I hear some people say, "Oh, why you didn't get your family there?" Joseph Boyka, you only saw Joseph Boyka on the protest. You saw Joseph Boyka's wife or his sons or his grandchildren were there? No. You saw Costa's son there? No. You saw Ure were in that protest. They were the CPP, the rebel group, the terrorist CPP. They were there. CPP, that terrorist group, that blew on a terrorist group. You saw them there. The family were not there. So you stop acting silly around here. Bring your children, come protest. No. You say in America, where were these people sitting down collecting money? The election abroad, Joseph Boyka, we saw them on Spoon collecting almost $200,000 to support Joseph Boyka.
You see it?
Where were they sitting? So why you want to be a hypocrite now? When the other people want to do what you did, then you say, oh, y'all come here. You sat here on Spoon, John Molu, then you say Spoon, and collected thousands of dollars to sponsor the election in Liberia, pay for the pool washers to wash the pools. So you guys are no different from a bunch of foolish people. So I don't listen to them. You say Isaiah will bring people. Isaiah will bring people where? Where?
Is it the police will
shot
shoot
people
them
in the past in Liberia? Still, the government will remove by the people.
Okay. Yeah.
So understand that people of the citizens come in the street and you shoot them. The international community are looking at you. You will be removed by your people. In Kenya, they were shooting people. They got to tell the president in the army barracks. The whole country was upside down. They were shooting the poor. They were going. You're not going to shoot all the citizens. So let the police shoot people. Let we see. Let we see if Gregory don't have family members. You will order the police to shoot people. We'll see. The April 12, 1980, 1979, they had a arrest riot where Vanny Dempsey was the police chief. He ordered people to fire out the people. They brought in different Guineans and all we heard that story to shoot citizens. In 1980, what happened? They wiped them out. So when they go and shoot people and kill people, time will kind of wipe them out too. That history. If you don't learn history, you don't learn your country history, you got to blame yourself. You can't blame us. You have to learn your country history. The people have the right to come protest like what they did before in the past, where you supported the Costa, getting cash out and wherever money you're giving around here to go and do what he did, let the people go and do the protest. The government receive the petition. Joseph Boyka will receive it. You want to send somebody, but you receive it, you go. If you don't do what the people want you to do in few time, they get a demand, they go back again and protest. That's the Liberia we got. Article 17 says that.
Yeah.
So it's not something that they made out of the head.
It's enshrined in the Constitution.
Yeah. You start shooting people, you're shooting your citizens. Down what you're doing in Nima County. I don't think anybody do that. No. No, they don't do that. Don't kill people and you are removed. Good. So when Boyka kill people too, you'll be removed. You don't think so? You claim don't kill people. The people don't kill. You can't even see the people. You say don't put people wearing Bazo, you put people wearing in Nimba, you put people wearing Shuffling. Those lies, those myth. They will die with those myth too. So you saying that don't kill people, you will remove with a popular uprising. Joseph Boyka go shoot people tomorrow, you will be removed too by popular uprising. You think Joseph Boyka ain't get sense? You go order the police to go shoot people? Gregory Coleman, a young boy, you're not even 50-year-old yet. So he go and shoot people. He got a family. He got a wife and his children. Even though he got them in Ghana, he got businesses. When he doing Ghana, he run to Ghana. But the people can go to Ghana. They can tell the man, say him back. Charles Greg Bude from Africa, the youth leader. He was in Ghana, passing around Cameroon, and the same battle Africa to face trial. So anybody can go by and go face trial. So that's it.
Yeah, it was a nice pivot that he came and did.
Who will say, oh, other people did it in the past, so let's continue to do it. Then you are faulting yourself. You are learning. You're not learning. You being lazy in thinking.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark Sandy.
Yeah, Prince.
You hear Mark Sandy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I hear you.
No, I asked him, boo. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, man. I know. I called because you called my name, telling me say I sent money for.
When I mean you, I mean Liberians. That's what I mean. I don't mean specifically you. I didn't get no information on you. But we saw here where Liberians collected money to go support the June 7th. They raised thousands of dollars. That's what I mean. When I mean you, Liberians, we all Liberian. Me, I'm included too.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean, people collect money and we all saw it. And, we all see it. But we all know. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
We all know why the protest came. The 7 protest came there. We all know that. And you try to pull a senior man put you in the corner so he can because he's not getting to the point. If you support Boyka to power Boyka saying something, you only show every day on unit. You only do like run news, people talk to Brandy, they put to everywhere in the country. We all see everything on the internet. We get people that we talk to every day. So if you would sit down there as it Jassy done our show and preach a lot of garbage
and you sit down there, he said, maybe you can look at it. He said, we can look at it.
But all what Isaac said, why would you say what the man said? Why all the man said? Why would you say that garbage?
Yeah, let you land. Let you
No,
finish.
but I don't want you to use garbage and
Okay.
say that. The man has his view. You got your view, so express yourself.
No, I say that guy view. I said what I'm saying is that you guys shouldn't talk about Isaac. You shouldn't be speaking from Isaac doesn't point. Speak from what you know about Labrador. Another thing he says garbage. You know that.
But the man came to analyze. The man came. Mark Senny, listen now. Mark Senny, before you end, the man Isaac Boo came to analyze what the man said. He came to analyze what the man said. And that's why you see when they're having CNN Fox, when President Gates or somebody get his people come and analyze what the man said and say it, and you pick out the points.
I agree, Prince. I agree. You said it clearly. I've been following the show. You said when Isaac finished, you bring people to analyze, and on the show to analyze what Isaac said. But what I'm saying, you only came on the show. Now he's speaking like he's a stranger. He's speaking like a stranger. The man said the other one happened. The other four do the one. The other four do the one. We gotta look into it.
But all where I say, I mean, ask you that
how you understood
it. I want to ask you where Ashley said I would lie. What did he say that would lie? Can you name one lie that he gave? He said people go protest in bombing to B Mountain where people were shot. Exactly.
It's a true story.
True. We saw it at facts. Not lie. We saw Joseph Boga say you're not Ryan. You criticize Joseph and Joe. We are Ryan airplane, private plane, Ryan. Joseph Boga passed mine. Ryan private plane. The plane that took Joseph Boga, the chapel that took Boga from Moria to Lofa County, when he went to Lofa, it was B Mountain Chapel. So what did he say that was lie? Was it, he did? Did he not remove? Did he not remove what I got Tadu? A Lusha Tadu from the central bank and put a kissy man there? One Puama, listen, I'll give you the time. One Puama Kamara resign. But these are things that they said. I'm not saying you're not calling the who job we are put who are from the southeast. Wait now, let me ask you a question. What you call fair? They are saying tribalism. So the people who the protesters they shine in bombing a lot too. They playing well, but flying around a lot. Is it not true? Is it not true? Is it not true that the bank governor is a kissy man? Is it not true that the finance minister is a kissy man? Is it not true that the guy to LRA is a kissy man? I say, look at the money trail. Look at what Labrador money trail. The people collecting our money. The people putting our money. He said it.
You just called 3 people names. For the past government, we have 15. You know that.
But you got 5 counties. How many counties you got in the southeast?
You know the county in the southeast?
No, I'm asking you because maybe you don't know. How many counties in Lofa County?
You get 5 people there. You get 5 counties there. But you get 5 counties there. What is development that's going on there? You are talking the conversation to another point. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. So in Lofa County, now where Joseph Boga there, all the kissy put in there. What is development are going in Lofa County? Don't pray, stop, man.
We'll talk to you later, man. We'll talk to you.
Yeah, okay. Let me pray. Let me just reply. Let me reply to brother. Okay, Mr. What did he say? Sandy, eh?
Mark Sandy.
Yeah, Mr. Sandy.
He was strong supporters, but he said the man, all the thing the man said was a lie.
Sandy,
can you tell us what the man said that was a lie?
Sandy, we all supported the Boaka government from the beginning, and we've been following developments. Okay, if you follow my writings, I criticize some of the things that Boaka do, and these are some of the things the guy was listing. So I'm just here to analyze what he said. Okay, it was not strange to me. I'm just following all the things that he said. And most of the things he says is actually going on in the country. So the only way you can be able to argue those things is to be able to do protest and in a writing form and go to the legislature or to the government to present those things in a protest. Which is never. Yeah, but auditor die is not the only problem. The man listed so many things that we've been writing on, my brother. Okay, you talk about the salary issue. You talk about nepotism in the government. You talk about ritualistic killings. You talk about midwifery. People dying, getting to the hospital. There are so many things he listed, and these are things that we all know is true. You see. So If we must talk about it, we are here to analyze what he said. I'm not going to bring my own thing, but these are things we've been writing up. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on most of the social media. I write a lot about these things.
The government has been kissing us. Kissing and the Badians are all over the place now, so the country is okay. No more trouble and no more tribalism thing going on. The country is
make no mistake. Make no mistake.
People
We
are
don't say
dying.
Bwaka.
People are dying. People are dying. People are dying.
Yeah, we are not saying that Bwaka is not doing anything.
I'm a guy who died in the barracks. But who they were holding before to the airport when doing we are time. We are time the place was in order. People not so now you get out from that airplane doing Bogota people begging for money until you resume. You didn't see it doing we are time. No. So I'm telling you,
a lot of things are going
on. And the protest, whether you like it or not, even though the same people who were against the protest back then now are the same people now, and people who said they had a right to protest and nobody can stop them are the same people now who are. But ICE can tell you too and tell your citizen and send you by. They don't only ask Johnson alone. Who told you that ICE can tell you? Then you're not listening. Then you're not listening to what Donald Trump is saying, and you are changing the topic. You're distracting the when God causing trouble, the man saying going for the protest. You think the man scared yet, y'all? The man will go there. That is why your Unity Party people now you're afraid of protest now. All of a sudden, your Unity Party is in now. All of a sudden, you're afraid of protest. I don't understand it, but thank you very much. But at the cost that people give you, to you it don't make sense, but to them it makes sense.
It's all lies.
Okay, you just say all lies. I tell you to give me lies, you can't do it. You just beating around the bush. But thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Sandy, we support people, but we don't support people at our detriment. If something is wrong, you say it.
But I don't know
because you support somebody.
You came on here, you outlined what Mr. Jackson said, and it is a fact. Those are facts. That the people that Bwaka employ in our financial areas are all Lofians. They're all Lofians. The finance minister from Lofa County, the bank governor from Lofa County, the mayor to LRA from Lofa County. Is it not fact? Is it a lie?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Is it a lie?
That's a fact.
And that's what he said. And people dying. The protests that went on in Bomi County with B Mountain. People were shot. They said people didn't get killed in there. The police investigated. We saw
and
we saw Joseph Bwaka going to Lofa County with B Mountain Chapel. Is it not a fact? The company that operating in your country is taking a chapel to carry you somewhere. What will you tell that people? What will you tell them? Your son all over the place flying with people from B Mountain, all the things your son now becomes the prime minister in the Republic of Liberia.
It's a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of interest. Is that the
thing that the people spoke against and we're seeing it and you don't want people to talk and you say the man lied? You are bro, you time. Tell me what the man lied. You can't tell what the man lied. You can't tell what the man lied. You just seen the man lie. Nobody will listen to the man. Eyes will come for the man. I will come for the man.
He said, I will come for the man.
Yeah, eyes will come for the man. I coming for the man, then eyes will go for Donald Trump woman too, because I seen where Trump woman getting as an immigrant. So eyes know who to come for. They'll go for Trump woman. Trump said in fairness, Trump is a direct beneficiary of immigrants. A father came from Germany, a man came from Ireland, a born here. So you would tell people citizenship who can born a children and send them back. Then ICE too would tell one or two and say back. The ICE says not get things. I said no, work good for the country. But nobody, Madam Boa, nobody seeing that you guys are afraid for the people to protest. But let the people protest. Let it protest.
Yeah, let it put protest, man. Why should you be afraid? Yesterday it was you. Today now your time.
I get your things where the people were sending money, fatigating, collecting money to send it. Boo, I send it to you.
Yep, I saw that.
They start fighting among themselves when the people, the way the money was being sent, and they were not giving account for it. They were eating the money. That's how they start fighting. But we saw here, even Joseph Bwaka when he got into office, we saw Bouaka kissing people, protest on the side, shooting people. Bouaka was in the protest. He was there. He was in the protest. So it's not like something what we don't know and we get talking in our out of the heads. No. Bouaka was in the protest. He was part of the protest. He went there. He was seen in there. It's not like this one where your man Beredi said. It's not like this where your man Beredi said, boo. This is from your man Beredi. You know Beredi.
Yeah.
You know
Winfred
Beredi.
Russell. Yeah.
This is what he said. This is what Beredi said. During the protest time, Beredi or somebody who running for council in Mark Sandy Town. The man running for councilman in there.
Oh, he said what? What is Plan B? So he's chased out of town.
Listen now. What's Plan B? So he's chased out of town on December 30th. Then what? Who's next? The VP?
Oh wow.
When Coast Island were doing this is from Beredi. Now you see Beredi going to a place they brought up police people when he going Konawe in Minnesota to go there to go and do the fire study there when it's capital Beredi. They're all moving around and enjoying. But these are people who are calling for the throne of a legitimate government. And now they're all against protest.
Yeah, we understand that it's a road connectivity from Tapeta to Zwedru, but at the same time too, we can't close our ears to some of the things that are going on in the country. So the people have a right to protest. Yesterday it was Bouaka people. Today it should be another group.
I will look for the picture where I will see Marangoa in the protest. I'm looking around protest.
Now you met that way you go now Marangoa. He just using it.
That was that the man training on you. He just called him. He called in. Isaiah has changed something.
Oh, okay.
He agreed with Isaac on one thing, and then but Goa agrees with the protest.
Yeah. He's talking about road connectivity, but we all happy what Bouaka is doing in terms of the road, but at the same time too, we can't just close our ears to everything. Yeah. You see,
your man Goa King, he said it, man.
You see your man laughing. He said ha ha ha.
No, man, I man, woman, man. That Tony, I know Tony. Goa say So
okay.
He said he agree with the man. The people got a right to protest, but he just saying that the women, the man said Prince Johnson died of premature death. He should say that the man's leading the poor because Prince Johnson was over 70 when he died, and the Bible said the Bible spoke about 70. That's 70 years. So he already passed it. So he shouldn't say premature death.
That's so funny. Yeah, but man, thank you so much for this program, man. I gotta get back to work. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying to get what they got to come on the show, maybe this week or next week, or your man Kanyo Bala.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
I want to hear from Kanyo Bala too.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Try to get in contact with him. But your man Berry D said it right here. This is from your man Berry. What next? Plan B. Already Plan B. So he's chasing out of town. He won't chase a man all the time. You won't chase the federal man all the time. What next? The vice president will be chased on the town too. You won't chase and chop it up all the time.
Yeah, bye. Man.
All right, thank you, Boo. Thank you. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we're going to close for tonight. We're going to go like that, and I hope you enjoy the show. And those who interacted, those who for the protest, those who against the protest, those who supported the protests and supported protests back in the days, and now they're against protests. Those who supported the protests financially, morally, spiritually, pray for these guys, collected money on the social media, the records are there, we'll bring them on and show them. And these are the same people now who don't want people to protest. You as a Liberian, that's your right to do what you want to do, but then you don't want other people to do it. So it don't make sense to me. And the people now who also saying we want protest now, we want protest. Back in the days too, they were against protest. So that like brought history there for everybody. So ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for being here, and that's how we're gonna do. Let me play my picking SRO music. No, let me not play SRO. Let me play this guy. Let me close with Takunje.
People, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop slipping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can knock the I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that left us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why can you lie? Why can you steal? Why can you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can knock the problem. No one to trust. My people don't want to hope on nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No war, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us.
Government betray us. Okay, man, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. Maybe we're going to be here tonight at my show tonight. Again, we're going to have maybe 1 hour show. We'll have a wonderful night. Good night.
The government betray us.
Enjoy the rest of your day.